here's my Revert story. Okay, we're gonna do a timeline. I'm gonna start from like the really starting, like all the way at the beginning, and then we're gonna move up slowly until this year. Okay, starting of 2020, right? I was Catholic. I was really religious. Believe me, I was really religious. I was doing the rosary more than once a day. I was fasting for 40 days for Lent. I was really religious in the entire of 2020. But you see, before 2020, I came from a primary school that had little to no interactions with people from other races and other religions. So I was not exposed to Islam. In 2020, when I first came to secondary school, I was shocked at the amount of people who actually practiced Islam. I made a few friends who were Muslim, and they were really good friends, okay? I loved their character, and that was the first thing that I noticed about Islam, how it makes someone so likable, how it makes someone so how it makes you enjoy hanging out with that person. And that was the first thing I noticed about Islam. So in 2020, it was during the circuit breaker, cause COVID just started, and I tried fasting for Ramadan in 2020.
I didn't make it.
Fast forward to 2021, I tried converting one of my friends because I didn't want them to burn in hell. So I would just talk to him about religion. I would share with him Christianity. I would tell him the beauty of Christianity, and in return he would tell me what they learn in Islam. And it was like a two-way thing. Like, you wouldn't expect that out of 14-year-olds, but we did that. It was a two-way thing, and I learned a lot about Islam. I tried converting him, so I went to research about Islam on my own to try and prove his points wrong. But the more I researched into Islam, the more I fell in love with it. I went for one Jum'ah prayer, Friday prayer. I went for one Friday prayer with this friend. And when you hear the adhan being called for the first time in your life, you feel like a newborn baby. Wallahi al-Azim, you feel so amazed. Like, you can't describe the feeling when you step into the mosque and then you hear the guy calling the adhan out. Keep in mind that I had no exposure to Islam when I was little, so I didn't know anything. I didn't know that Islam was such a peaceful religion. Right? At most, in primary school, I just heard about the ISIS attacks and the 9/11 bombings, and that left me a really bad impression on the religion. And when I first went for that Jumu'ah prayer, I was shocked. I was like, wow, this is different from what I have seen online. So I was like so amazed. And then I went to research more. I live in Singapore, so there is a society called MCAS, Muslim Converts Association of Singapore, which you can visit to learn more about Islam and finally take your Shahada at the end of the day when you make that decision to become a Muslim, which is what I did. So I first went into MCAS, and then they were like, you are underage and we don't want you to make decisions that you will regret for your life. We don't want you to permanently become a Muslim and regret that in the future. So we're gonna give you more books and you're gonna read through them, and then you make your decision. So they gave me books on how to pray, what Islam is about, and different things. This was the start of Ramadan 2021. They gave me fasting guides, what I should eat, what I should not eat, what I should do. So I started to research more and more. And remember that I wanted to prove my friend wrong. I ended up proving myself wrong. And I ended up taking the Shahada and becoming Muslim.
This is an amazing Revert story. He says hell in his dream and Google it afterwards. It was Sirat that will be set on the day of judgment. He is lucky that he saw this dream and got Hidayat from God. Let's listen his complete Revert story.
Okay, now we move on to 2022, which was just last year. I was sleeping and I had a dream. I forgot if it was after or before Ramadan, but I had a dream and it was a scary dream. It was two mountains and there was a really thin line going in between those mountains. And I was walking on that line. I didn't know what it was. I was walking, and there was like fire below me, and the fire was trying to grab onto me, and I was trying to balance as I walked my way across. Then I made it across, but I turned my head and I see some people falling into the fire. And it was a really scary dream. I didn't know what it was, so I went to Google because
Google is reliable.
So I Googled, and that apparently is the Sirat. Sirat is described as thinner than a hair and sharper than a knife. I went to confirm with my friend because I was not sure if Google was right. Because I read on Google that was a Sirat, but I was like, oh, this is a Muslim dream? So I went to confirm with my friend and he was like, yeah, that will happen on Yawm al-Qiyamah. And I was like, huh. I was so shocked. I was like, is this a sign? Is this a sign? Am I getting sent a sign? Am I special? Am I getting sent a sign that I should take my shahada? So I took the shahada, and then I had to learn how to pray. And all of this, it sounds really simple, honestly, right? Like I can squeeze it in this like short little video. It sounds really simple, but I can assure you it's not. My pillow has felt so many tears that if you manage to get my pillow to talk, my pillow will be flooded with like the tears in it. I was crying so much. There's this thing where reverts try and talk their parents into accepting them as Muslims, and that is the hard part because every revert has to experience that. And I sincerely make dua that this is easy for every single revert, because this is a process that I do not want to happen again in my lifetime. I asked my mom, like, I had to sit my mom down at least 5 times and talk to her about the different aspects of Islam that are beautiful, and describe to her why Islam is going to be important in my life. In fact, I have not told my dad yet because I'm closer to my mom. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الجنة تحت أقدام الأمهات. Heaven is below your mother's feet. So yeah, I guess it makes sense when I talk to my mom instead of my dad. So I talked to my mom about Islam, and she said no so many times. She was like, no, I don't want you to get into a religion. I want you to focus on your studies. And I feel like those are valid concerns from someone who's not religious. But I was trying to get her to see the benefits of Islam. And this is a tip for all the reverts out there who are trying to revert to Islam. Don't just tell your parents you want to be Muslim. Show them that Islam helps you. Show them that Islam helps you control your temper. Show them that Islam pulled you out of your depression. Show them how Islam has benefited you in every way possible. It's like midnight now. Like I think I have to sleep, if not I can't wake up tomorrow. So